My name is Ray.
Johnny Tapia.
Your boy Andahar.
We had a busy week. Got some good topics for y'all today. We're gonna get right into it. So, Johnny, you go ahead and take this one.
All right, for our first topic of the day is going to be Young Thug changing his name to Sex.
When you say Young Thug changed his name to Sex, did he change Young Thug to Sex or did he change his legal name?
Nah, he didn't change his legal name. I think Young Thug did this before. He changed his name to Jeffrey when he drops a tape. He dropped a tape called Jeffrey, and he changed his name, I guess, for marketing purposes. Okay, all right. I think his next project is gonna have to do something with sex.
Makes sense.
But you're gonna have rappers and men calling you your sex, like come through, like. And the thing about it that makes it a bigger deal is that Young Thug is known for gay antics, like calling people babe under his picture, and so now you're gonna call this man Sex.
I bet you nobody calls him Sex. Nobody's gonna call him.
I don't know.
I mean, I would hope not.
He got a pretty good following though.
That's true.
I mean, his fans will, but I can't see another man calling him like, "Yo, Sex was good."
You never know, man.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought that you were saying he changed his
legal
name to Sex. I was saying
he would do some shit like that.
He's bugging on that one, but
Young Thug really is a thug though. I think to me, like when I watch him, I don't get that he's a punk ass pussy. Like I get that he's a real street nigga.
Nah, yeah,
I get that. Like niggas respect him too. Like
yeah,
you never hear Young Thug's own bitch ass like punk ass nigga.
How do you feel about? Do you feel he's like, like people say they have these certain artists out there to push an agenda, like a gay.
He's going with it. He's going with it though. Like why? But why not push that agenda if you're getting hits off it?
Like
it's clickbait. He's clickbait.
Is that what you think is going on? Like you think that's a real thing?
Nah, I think he really think that's him. I think that's him. He's a weird ass nigga. When I saw old videos of him, he was still wearing the girl clothes and doing the weird shit, painting nails and all this other shit. But I think they're going along with it. That feminine shit. Like I think he's going along with it. But if it's getting clickbait for him and making people talk about him, making him popular, making him relevant, why not keep it going?
What do you think?
Young Thug's weird. To be honest, he's weird. He just does weird things, and he's not wrong for it. If that's who he is, then by all means, do you. But he's just, like changing your name to Sex, like just weird. That's all I can say on it. Like really, like he's known for like wearing women's clothes, cross dressing, and that's weird to me.
Yeah.
Some people live that life every day. To me, personally, that's just weird to me. Like, but
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He's an artist I can't really figure out. At the end of the day, he's doing his thing. Like it is what it is. But I don't know. Like because there's so many different. He could be trying to appeal to hip hop and like people that are trying to be comfortable in their own skin. He could be trying to do that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? He's spitting bars, but he wearing a wedding dress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he could be trying to appeal.
It's smart though because he got modeling. I don't know who he modeled with, but he modeled with somebody. I think Calvin Klein.
But a lot of them artists now got like Gucci and they're all sponsored by all these high end like ASAP Rocky and all these people that you wouldn't look at every day and think they're models.
It's just weird. Like if you think of the weirdest basketball player, who
Dennis Rodman.
He wore a wedding dress to his own wedding.
He was
like it's just a weird thing to do, but that's just how I perceive it. But
all right, so final takes on Young Thug changing his name, Charles.
It's weird to me, but
more power to him,
man. He ain't harming me, so do your thing, man. Do your thing, brother.
What about you, Chris?
I'm like I said, it's weird, but I mean, if that's what he wanted to do, then he could do him. Like, ain't not much to say.
I think it's a marketing thing for his new album or new mixtape.
Oh, that definitely could be a possibility.
So I don't think it's something changed, but I mean, he doing this shit and we're talking about it. So and other people are talking about it too. So it's working for him. He gonna get more hype before the album comes out or mixtape drops. I don't think he's really dropped the official album yet. I think all these are mixtapes, but he's doing him and getting money. So good to him.
If it's working for him, it's working for him.
All right, the next quick take. Oh, okay. You want to do it, Charles? Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to the next thing. This is something that's been giving me a lot of great joy the past couple of days. It's Fergie singing the national anthem at the All-Star Weekend.
That was horrible.
All right, we're gonna play this video for y'all real quick. Let y'all check it out.
We're playing the video with the NBA players reacting to it also. So
while she was singing.
Look at her. What the best part though? What's the other part? Was that the part?
Bro, yeah, that part.
yeah. What about that part?
That's not it. That's not it. That part.
That part is funny.
That was just. That was tragic.
That was bad, man.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm actually tearing up right now, bro. All right, so
what was she trying to? I don't know, man. I think people just need to go in there and sing the national anthem, just sing it the normal way. When you remix it like that, like, did you rehearse that? And then people told you, yeah, that sounds good for you.
Yeah, like,
go out there and do that. Or it's like, when you got on the spot, you was like, I'm going for it. I'm gonna remix this bitch. And let's hope for the best. She didn't even apologize for it.
She did, yeah. She apologized for it.
Did she apologize?
Yeah, because she knew she sounded like a.
She sounded crazy. I don't know what she was trying to do, but she said that she apparently was trying to make it sound, quote unquote, sexy. Now I don't really know how you can make the national anthem sound sexy. But
so that's the feeling that I did get from it. Like, she was trying to make it sexy, but that's not. Like, it's the national anthem. Like, that's not something that is supposed to be made sexy.
No, it's not.
Nah, not at all.
Like, it's the national anthem.
Like, it's patriotic. Yeah, it's patriotic.
It sounded like she was back in the day. One of my boys was saying, like, it sounded like she was at a speakeasy. Like, like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Like what are you doing? Like,
I think she was trying to do it for the culture too much. I think she was trying to please the audience too much. Like, I think she was trying to be too hip with it.
Yeah,
that's what I got from it. Like, you was trying to put a little bit too much jazz on it, and it kind of backfired at you. It just made you look a little crazy. And we're not gonna stop talking about that because that's going down as probably one of the worst national anthem acts ever.
It's
almost as bad as forgetting the words.
Yeah, it just is.
That's pretty bad. I saw some bad ones though.
That's some bad ones. It just didn't.
She finished it out though.
It just didn't sound good at all, man.
It
sounded bad, and you could tell by the reactions.
What you rating that? If you had to rate that 0 to 10, what you giving that?
0 to 10?
Yeah.
I would probably give it like a. I'll give it a 3.
You give it a 3. 3 is alright. She finished though.
She finished.
She still get credit. She
finished the whole thing, so you can't give her a 0 because you finished the whole thing. At the same time, I appreciate the uniqueness.
Yeah.
Like, she tried something different.
I'm gonna give her a 9 on uniqueness because she went in for it. Like, she tried it.
But like,
unique don't mean that you finished it and did good. It just mean that you took a different route.
She took a completely different route. She can get an 11 on uniqueness, but overall, it'll still be a 3 overall.
Yeah, overall. Your overall grade was
like the uniqueness part though. Like, try that at home first.
Somebody told her it was good, man.
Somebody had to, because I feel like
if she had, out there freestyling.
If she had good people around her, I feel like they would have been like, "Don't do that. Like, that's not. Don't sing it like that." You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing you could edit when it comes to the national anthem is how long you want to hold those 2 notes.
Yeah.
One part and the last part.
She just put too much into it. Too much sauce.
Yeah,
like,
it didn't.
There was a little bit too much sauce on that. It was spilling over. Like, I don't know.
What
you giving her, Ray? What's your rating? What you giving her?
She got a 1 for me, man. That's
that's
just the notes.
That's the worst possible.
Like, it just don't sound good.
Get
like,
a 0
it's like she was trying to do like all the notes she was trying to hit. They just didn't come together at all. Like, I'm not sure where she was trying to go with it, but like, she didn't hold a note at all. It's like the tone was all over the place. I just can't.
Her voice was cracking.
Yeah, it just wasn't good, man.
So
if you want to sing the national anthem, you gotta just sing it regular, man.
I'm gonna give Fergie an incomplete. I'm gonna let her come back next year and finish the class. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that letter though. I need an official letter saying, you know, sorry, Mr. Hatcher, I did this and that though. I can't take it incomplete. I can come back next year and do another anthem for you. So I'm gonna give her that incomplete. I'm gonna grade her that, and she can come back to me. I'm just waiting for that email, Fergie. Just let me know when that comes in.
Alright. Enough bashing Fergie.
I mean, we're gonna leave it alone.
I fuck with Fergie though. For the record, I fuck with Fergie.
I like Fergie. That's like one of my favorite songs, but
we're gonna stop bashing her though. So for the next thing that we're gonna do,
I want that remix, man.
It was really like a lot of discussion on our Facebook page, the Unruly Podcast. So we're gonna do a couple of these One Gotta Go. So there was a couple of them. Now, so the first one we're gonna do is
explain to. I'm pretty sure everybody know what the One Gotta Go is, but better explain to them for people that don't know.
One Gotta Go. We give you So right now we're gonna do the 4 comedians. So the 4 comedians we have is Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, and Chris Rock. So the way one gotta go, it's pretty self-explanatory. Basically, you pick one that you would erase off this earth.
They don't exist. All their work
is gone. Everything. So if you had to pick one out of Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, and Chris Rock, Johnny's on you.
First?
We're going to let you start this
Johnny, you first.
let us know who you getting rid of and why.
Alright, so this is tough, but...
It was real tough. This one was really, really
Yeah,
tough.
it ain't easy. By any means, it's not easy.
I'm going to get rid of Chris Rock.
Alright.
I'm going to get rid of Chris Rock. He's not... To me, his stand-up is not funnier than Kevin Hart. His movie... Go ahead.
Before that, did you see his new one that just dropped?
I heard it was funny.
It was funny.
But continue.
I'm gonna watch it when I go home.
It was funny. His new one was funny, definitely.
It was funny.
Kevin Hart's last stand-up to me wasn't funny. The one where everybody's repeating it, I don't know what that is.
All right, that one?
Kevin Hart, hands down, had the most impactful stand-up, I think, ever, because everyone says his... Not today. What you going? You gonna learn today? Like
everything.
Everybody, come here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. But everybody does that. Can you name me a Chris Rock one, or can you name me an Eddie Murphy one? Maybe Eddie Murphy's out of our time.
Eddie Murphy Raw.
Was his. But I think that was out of our time, though. That's out of our like.
That definitely is like.
Dave Chappelle though. Dave Chappelle
right
got a lot.
Dave
Chappelle is the next one up though.
Yeah.
He got a lot I can repeat.
Yeah.
Chris Rock don't really got something I can repeat, and his movies were okay. I think Kevin Hart's movies are a little bit funnier than Chris Rock's. Eddie Murphy, I love his movies.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy's a good comedian actor.
Yeah.
Norbit was trash.
I think Norbit was funny.
It was funny in a trash way.
Yeah.
It was funny when you were younger. If you watch it now, you're not laughing.
I watched it the other day, I was like...
It was funny when you're younger. If you watch it now, you're not laughing.
And Dave Chappelle, I'm not eliminating him ever.
Yeah.
So I gotta do Chris Rock. I think overall, his movies weren't as impactful to me as... Why Did I Get Married was really good, but I mean, overall, this Kevin Hart he sold out. He sold out football stadiums and shit like that. We copying what he's saying all the time.
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit oversaturated though in the industry. I think that's true. He's a little oversaturated, and he's always the same character, and it's always the same tone with his funniness.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Hart's funny. Mm-hmm. Like how he talks. It's the same thing every time.
Yeah.
He forces it to be funny a little bit, but if I had to eliminate somebody in a final tape, it's Chris Rock. Well, I'm going with Chris Rock.
That one part of Norbit though was funny though.
Norbit was funny. Norbit was funny.
With the speaker when he was getting over there. She said, "Go Norbit," and then with the brick. That was funny. But I'm actually, personally, I'm gonna have to agree with Johnny. I would have to get rid of Chris Rock. It's just, I'm gonna break it down real quick and go through Dave Chappelle show alone. Like that was one of the best shows I've ever watched, comedic wise. There's too many memorable moments and funny quotes, and just as a human being, like I can't get rid of Dave Chappelle, bro. Like that show was too serious, man. It was short lived. Mm-hmm. 2 seasons of him, and then a third season with behind the scenes and stuff was very short lived. But just on that alone, I can't get rid of him. Eddie Murphy is just a legend. Like I can't get rid of him. Nutty Professor, his movies, like I can't ever get him out of the way, man. Like, he was a little bit before our time, but I did go back and see his stand-up, and it was hilarious. I get why everybody talks about it. And Kevin Hart, to me, the thing is with Kevin Hart is, I think he's very iconic. Like, no one sold the numbers, did the things he done. I think the reason people try to get, like, when you see this meme, I think people make it so you kind of purposely pick him.
Yeah, but to be fair...
That's the way I feel about these type of things, because I feel like people put him in there with people that they consider legends. And
not to interrupt you, to be fair, Martin should have been there.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Hart's not done. All these 3 guys considerably are kind of done.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're here and there, and they're doing things, but Kevin Hart's the most active.
I definitely
These guys aren't as active. Martin should have been there.
And that's what I'm saying. So I feel like they put him in this meme so you purposely harp on him and pick him.
They did a good job.
I see why they're doing that, but the thing is, I will never get rid of him because... Not even based on number-wise, numbers are amazing. Like no one's sold the type of numbers he's done, but like he was saying, he's something that's somebody who's still quoted to today. Mm-hmm. I can name you 1,001 quotes from all his stand-ups, whether it's a movie, whatever it was that you quote still to this day. You don't even know you do it, and that's where it stemmed from. Mm-hmm. He's too funny, man. Like I do believe, like you said, they use him a lot in movies and give him the same role and stuff like that. But if you watch a lot of his movies, you can tell when it's more originally him. and more originally of the writers. Like when you watch Think Like a Man, it was like genuinely him.
Yeah.
And it was a genuinely good movie with a genuinely good plot. And that's why it seemed naturally funny. When every time he was in the scene, it didn't seem like he was trying to be funny.
Yeah.
He just was funny. Yeah. But then when you see movies like you know, what movie with The Rock, whatever like that, it was a National Intelligence or whatever. Like you could tell he was trying to be funny. That's the thing. Movie was funny too. Yeah. But I think it depends on how the writers write him. Same thing with Ride Along. Ride Along 1, funny. Ride Along 2, forced. You know what I'm saying? So, but just on stand up alone, his first 3 stand ups, I'm a Grown Little Man, Seriously Funny. You know, I forget the third one. The third one's when he's talking about his dad. All right. That's the third one.
The third one?
That's the third one. That's Laugh at My Pain.
But there's another one after that.
Yeah, there's 5. There's 5 of them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's 5 of them. But the first 3, I think are Seriously Funny. I'm a Grown Little Man is the first one. Seriously Funny, and then Laugh at My Pain. Those are, to me, some untouchable stand-ups. They're hilarious, and they're still quoted to today. I can never get rid of him. So he's a stay for me. I gotta get rid of Chris Rock.
Chris Rock got 2, man.
I mean, y'all pretty much said everything, because I'm going with Chris Rock too.
That's the first, ladies and gentlemen. We don't never unanimously agree.
I'm gonna go with Chris Rock. Some people were saying Kevin Hart. I mean, for me, Kevin Hart is my most favorite comedian of all time.
It's also fair to say Kevin Hart because he's not a legend yet.
Yeah,
he's still going.
The thing is, I honestly consider Kevin Hart a legend already, just based off the fact of the numbers that he's done, the movies. I know he's oversaturated, but at the same time, in the business that he's in, you never know when your time is gonna be up. So right now he's the hardest working man right now. Like
I agree.
He's doing stand up after stand up, movie after movie.
I agree.
He's doing his train with Nike. He has his own shoe. What other comedian got that? He has his own book that he wrote, which I read the whole thing. It was phenomenal. Like, I mean, hands down, you cannot eliminate Kevin Hart.
I agree with that.
Dave Chappelle speaks for himself. The Chappelle show.
Dave Chappelle, man.
I mean, walking away from it, everybody could get on him because of that, but
his whole plan coming back and getting more.
He came back, put out 2 more specials,
crazy money for
and left us. When he left like that, I wish he didn't do it, but it did leave us thirsty for him.
Yeah, of course.
When he came back, he
was missing that out of the game. He was missing that.
Yeah. Then Eddie Murphy, his stand-up Raw classic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what anybody talk about Eddie Murphy with that. The red leather suit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I only picture. I
only
picture that.
That's a fact. Any comedian you see with leather, that's because of Eddie Murphy.
I only picture that.
And any comedian with leather, that's because of Eddie Murphy. And his movies. I like his movies.
The movies are good.
We grew up with his movies.
Coming to
America, classic.
You know what I'm saying?
Even though I heard they're making a part 2 if he's not in it.
What's the one with him and
Martin?
Martin?
Not make it. Huh?
Life.
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 Funny.
Nutty Professor, obviously.
As a kid, Nutty Professor, Dr. Doolittle.
He did do a trash movie. What was that trash movie with Mars?
Pluto Nash.
Oh my god.
I mean,
that's one of those morbid movies. Like he just did it because that's just for the fans. That's for his true fans, not for everybody. It's like Adam Sandler. Like he do movies for the fans. He don't do movies for nobody else.
For nobody else.
He do movies for y'all.
Some people starting to hate him too, but I think he's still funny.
Adam Sandler?
Yeah. But
his movies aren't funny no more.
He don't do movies for everybody.
I don't hate Adam Sandler, but his movies are not funny to me anymore. But
Well, we're going off a tangent, so we're gonna get this quick take in.
But
so we everybody voted Chris Rock. So
Chris Rock.
Y'all tell us what y'all think about that, and also understand this meme is on purposely made for us to talk about Kevin Hart because Kevin Hart obviously is out of place in this little meme. It should have been somebody older.
I definitely agree. Martin should have been in there.
Yeah, it should have been somebody older. But what's the next one, fellas?
We'll go ahead and move down to the next one. Oh, this is a good one right here, man. All right, so this is the next one. Gotta go. We got it's cartoon edition. We got 6 cartoons here. All right, I'm gonna go down the list. It's Scooby-Doo, Rugrats, Tom and Jerry. We got Doug, Looney Tunes, and last but not least, Hey Arnold.
Can I go first on this one?
So we're gonna let Johnny take this one again.
I'll go first. I'll go first so I get this done over with.
All right.
Real quick take. Off the bat, I'm gonna say Scooby-Doo was fucking trash.
What?
Off rip. I'm gonna say that. But ain't no show out here worse than fucking Looney Tunes. Like that shit was horrible.
What?
I'm never gonna bug. Okay, so listen.
I'm listening.
Why I'm gonna put Looney Tunes last is Hey Arnold's fire. Now I'm gonna talk about it. You don't gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
Doug lit.
Yep.
Tom and Jerry lit, and they didn't even talk.
I agree.
They didn't even talk in Tom and Jerry's. Rugrats, come on. So none of those. So those are the top 4 for me. Now Scooby Doo had you like on some detective shit. Like you was like, yeah, that nigga's it. That's him. He the villain.
So what
like
was
some of the
trash?
episodes were funny because it just was like so repetitive. Every episode you like it's the same thing. Every episode was the same fucking thing.
It was repetitive.
Every episode was the same exact thing.
Nice.
So and then Looney Tunes was just all over the goddamn place. This shit was whack, bro.
Go ahead, Ray.
So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Looney Tunes is last,
Johnny
and I
Violent
can
and
erase
Looney
that
Tunes.
shit. I probably never even watch. I've never even tried to watch. Tweety Bird was funny when they did a spin-off of Tweety Bird, but no, Roadrunner was good.
Okay.
But Looney Tunes as a whole,
So that's what you get rid of?
we need the fucking.
So Looney Tunes is going to you?
yeah.
Alright, so.
We need that.
Alright, man, look.
That's crazy. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, you caught me on that
I was
one.
not expecting
Alright,
that.
man. I'm gonna keep it a stack, man. I'm gonna be raw with this right now. Scooby Doo gotta get the fuck up out of here.
What?
Scooby Doo gotta get the fuck out of here, bro. That shit was too repetitive, bro. Like every episode, is it Mr. Jenkins from the like every time, bro? That shit was dry, man. I don't get it. Like, how was Shaggy running as fast as Scooby Doo? Like Great Days running like 50 miles an hour,
It was
bro.
high.
Like,
It was high every episode though.
That's
bro,
what
suited.
it
It was
bro,
suited.
every episode was the same thing. It was Mr. Such and Such. If it wasn't for these mangling kids, whatever it was for these kids, I would have got away with it too. And then this dude want to split up with Daphne and Velma and go hide in the room, whatever, leave Scooby and Shaggy by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Looney Tunes, it's like, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not getting rid of Looney Tunes. Like, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, those Elmer Fudd, like, those characters are iconic. I would never get rid of those characters, bro. Like, Looney Tunes was a hit for me. And no matter who the episode was about Bugs, Daffy, Tweety, Sylvester, Foghorn, Leghorn, whoever it was about, I was with it. Yosemite Sam, like, those characters was funny to me.
Yosemite Sam was popping though.
You know what I'm saying? So
It was a
I
gangster.
could never get rid of Looney Tunes. Hey Arnold is Hey Arnold. That's, you don't even gotta speak on that. Hey Arnold's Hey Arnold, bro. You never get rid of that.
Okay.
Doug, I mess with Doug, you know what I'm saying? Doug was relatable as a kid, you know, Patty Mayonnaise had a crush.
It was black. It was
Yada,
all
yada.
black.
Yeah, Skeeter was black, bro.
Yeah, everybody
He was
was
a black
black.
character, you know what I'm saying?
Look
But
at his nose.
it was
Look at his nose. He was black. He was black.
but it was a relatable
His
show.
sister, she was black.
Rugrats, come on, man. Like,
Yeah, you
Rugrats,
can't.
Rugrats.
Rugrats is crazy.
Now that's what, at least for me, Tom and Jerry, bro. Tom and Jerry, I watched the hell out of Tom
Okay.
and Jerry, bro. Like everything, Spike, whatever the episode was about.
Tom and Jerry was
hilarious, man. So Scooby Doo is the one that got to get up out of here, man. It even looked trash to me. You gotta get that out of here. Oh,
I mean,
That one was lit though. She looked good.
alright, so Scooby Doo. I hate what you're saying on Scooby Doo, but it's a classic show. Rugrats speaks for itself. Tom and Jerry is a classic before our time even. Hey Arnold was my shit, and Looney Tunes, I can't eliminate that on Space Jam alone.
That's not Space Jam though. We're talking about
No,
yeah,
Looney Tunes is Space Jam.
yes, it is. You
Looney Tunes is Space Jam.
Looney Tunes is Space Jam. You gotta get rid of all
But
that.
we're not talking about that. We're talking about the. No, we're talking
No.
about looking at this
Looney-
right here. No,
Looney
Nah,
Tunes
nah,
is
Looney
Space
Tunes is Space
Jam.
Jam, bro.
When I see Looney Tunes, I think Space Jam.
Roadrunner was popping.
When I see
But
Looney
that's
Tunes,
not-
the
Roadrunner
first
not
thing.
on there, though.
When I see Looney Tunes.
Roadrunner is Looney
But
Tunes, bro.
no, we're talking about Looney Tunes as a show, bro.
Yeah, Roadrunner was part of their show.
Then we should eliminate Rugrats from making All Grown Up because All Grown Up was hard.
That was
Nah.
trash.
So why we not eliminating Rugrats?
Because Rugrats on its own merit makes me keep it.
and Scooby Doo's the only one that had what? How many movies they had?
The only one was good. Only one was good.
Don't
was
matter. They
Zombie
made
Island.
movies, though.
But that's not
They made
enough.
movies.
Hold on,
Hold
They
on.
had one good movie, Zombie Island.
The only reason why I'm eliminating Doug is because, hold on, listen, I fucked with Doug. It was. I fucked with Doug. It was a good show,
This nigga.
but there was nothing after the show.
I don't know why you did
There was nothing after the show. When did you ever go to a Universal, any theme park, anything? Go in the store and see something to Doug. When? Tell me what store you can find something to Doug in.
But you know
It
what?
wasn't that big.
You know what? You know why?
It was a good
we
show,
started
but it wasn't that big. Listen, I feel ya, but at the end of the day,
It was still doing banging on a trash can.
Come on, man.
What's
What's up, Quell, man?
Yeah, like
Smash Adams,
What
like,
you
come
talking
on,
about?
bro. Like, what was the
That
Indiana
nigga's
Jones
stupid.
character? What was the Indiana Jones character? Smash Adams was the 007 character.
no, this shit was lit though. I forgot the other one was.
Oh, Jack Bandit. That was his
Jack
name.
Bandit.
He's like,
That was that one though,
yeah,
right?
nah, that's when he had the Indiana Jones. He's like, 199, Jack Bandit. And he had the
Yeah, I don't remember.
the
but yeah, my elimination. My elimination is Doug. So I fuck with Doug. I even read his books. He came out with that
Doug
books.
is a closer thing to a black family out here. That's why you.
I knew you were gonna say that. As soon as you said the whole family is black, I was like, fuck, I can't even eliminate him now. Because that's what Johnny was gonna fucking say. You swear liberation. As soon as he said that, I was like, fuck, I can't eliminate Doug now.
I didn't gonna pick Doug though, man. Bro, Scooby-Doo gotta go, bro. That shit trash, man.
Alright, this is what I do.
Episode for episode, y'all can't pick Looney Tunes.
This is what I do.
Oh.
Give me an episode in Looney Tunes. You.
Listen,
I ain't talking to you.
I told you I'm not eliminating Looney Tunes just off the strength of Space Jam.
It's not, but we're not talking about Space Jam.
But it's part of Space Jam, bro. Like, you don't have Space Jam without the Looney Tunes characters. The whole Looney Tunes was Space Jam.
See, but y'all, look, yo, off a rip, this says what it says. We're not, it's nothing else.
Yeah, but bro,
we're talking about the show, exactly.
What was the first thing
we
we said, though? We said when you eliminate something, you eliminate all their work, they don't
exist. Everything is all Looney Tunes combined. Just off strength of Space Jam, I can't eliminate.
Can we get some comments because we need some comments like this because now they adding things in there.
Nah,
So without Space Jam, who you eliminating?
I'm eliminating Scooby-Doo. That shit trash.
But you just said your ultimate decision was the Space Jam. So without Space Jam,
my ultimate decision is Space Jam. I mean, when it comes to Looney Tunes, though, like
it wasn't. What was it? It was nothing.
Nah, that shit was lit.
I can't sit here and recite.
I don't pick Garfield over Space Jam.
Hell no.
Garfield over Looney Tunes.
Hell no.
That's
the mini.
I like
Johnny just don't like.
Bro, the mini cartoon with the barnyard animals was better than Garfield.
Stop.
It was.
With the 3D one? With the
the shit that came in between. Like in between with the you know what I'm talking about, bro. With the farm animals and shit. That shit was funny.
The cow was a leader, wasn't it?
Was it a cow? No, I thought it was like a dog or something.
The cow was a man.
Let's get off this. Let's get off
this. Let's lose this thing, man. Scooby-Doo, get the fuck out of here, man.
Y'all want to do this last one?
Yeah.
Let's get this last one real quick. Get it done with.
All right, man.
This one's hard.
This one's another tough one.
This one ain't that hard.
This is one gotta go. Music edition, R&B Divas edition. So we got we're gonna go from left to right down to the bottom. We got Beyonce, Queen Bee. We got Aaliyah. We got Mariah Carey, Alicia Keys, Rihanna, Whitney Houston, Janet Jackson. What am I missing? Mary J. Blige and Lauryn Hill.
Alright, so I'm gonna start this one. I'm not sure it'll be quick.
Alright, we're gonna let you go.
First off the bat, looking at this list, I'm eliminating Janet. I'm just not a fan of her music. I was looking at Lauryn Hill.
You're bugging.
Alright, I'm gonna keep it real.
Have you listened to Zion?
Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. The only reason I don't think Lauryn Hill has a big enough catalog.
You are fucking
How many albums you got?
I don't know. It don't matter.
One.
Her one album is fucking crazy.
Not enough catalog. So off of that strength,
I got a big enough catalog.
Aaliyah
don't got a big enough catalog. Let's be real.
She could go too. I honestly don't listen to Aaliyah, so she could go too.
You can't.
I'm picking Janet because I've actually heard Janet and I don't like her music. As far as Lauryn Hill
listen to Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill is dope. I agree with you, but her catalog is really, really small, and that's the fact. That's a fact. Lauryn Hill's catalog is small. Shouldn't have. If you take,
it's not small because she was in that group with
the Fugees.
Yeah,
but
that's not small.
They ain't have that much either.
They had enough. For Lauryn Hill to be Lauryn Hill.
Her catalog is small, but I fuck with Lauryn Hill's music, but her catalog is small. But I'm gonna go with Janet,
please,
or Aaliyah.
All right, we let Johnny we let Johnny headline the first two, so I'm gonna let him get the last take on this one. So I'm gonna go now.
Right.
All right, man. I know a lot of mothers gonna get mad at me right now.
I'm not going with.
Gonna yell at me or whatever, but
who are you going with?
I'm gonna go with Whitney Houston.
What?
I'm gonna go with Whitney Houston.
We're Whitney? Oh,
I'm going and listen, and it's
bugging.
It's not based on her music. It's not based on, you know what I'm saying? It's not based on none of that.
What is it based on then?
It's based off the fact that I just never listened to her ever. So if her music wasn't around, all I know is that one song, the one main, and that's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's what, and I don't say that's not an iconic song. That song is used for everything.
It's from his ears. It's your truth.
That song is used for everything. But I just never listened to her ever. I don't remember hearing too much when I was a kid. When I was an adult, and then when I got older, I just know she was a little bit out of my time. And then when I got older, what I know of her was getting the drugs and yada yada. So I don't really know that. I don't really know anything of her. I'm not saying she wasn't good. I'm not saying I'm picking her because her music was bad. She just wasn't. I just don't know anything of her. I don't know any of her music except for the one main song. Everybody else on here, I listened to at a certain point.
Yeah.
I listen to music at a certain point. So like based off that alone, I have to pick her. I'm not saying anybody on her is better. She arguably in this picture is the best vocalist on this picture.
Your truth, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So
I was gonna say
that's
just on her
arguable.
vocals,
So like on her vocals alone, you could be like she's the best one on there. But I never listened to her. So if her music never existed to me, I wouldn't know the difference because I never listened to her.
Yeah.
So everybody else on here got songs that I like or album that I like or something. So I gotta go with her.
That is
based
true.
on that.
So I'm gonna follow off that. I don't know anything about Whitney Houston. Honestly, I think she's out of my time. I think the next up is Mary J. Blige, probably the oldest one on here, maybe. That I remember when I was younger, that I can like repeat songs from her. Forcefully too, not even trying to listen to it. It's just everywhere. You can't get away from it.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill is probably my number one on here.
Lauryn Hill's your number one on here?
Yeah, Lauryn Hill is probably my number one on here, like for best.
Yeah.
For me. Cause that album is just every word verbatim. Like I can sing and rap or whatever she's doing to it. I think it was classic. Janet Jackson is straight doo doo. Straight doo doo.
Question: you think
Janet Jackson is only Janet Jackson because of Michael Jackson? And if y'all got words for me, please send me some songs I can listen to and I can try to like. The only memory I got of Janet Jackson is when she's in space with Michael Jackson grabbing her pussy. That's the only memory I got of her besides the Justin Timberlake shit. That is the only memory I got of Janet Jackson. I can't name you one song about Janet Jackson. I only remember Janet Jackson in that Tyler Perry movie. And her baby, something happened with the baby or some shit.
Why did I get married?
Why did I get married? Why did I get married?
That's the only thing I can remember. Janet Jackson, I'm sorry, you're a beautiful lady and this and that, whatever. But musically, it's gonna be a no for me.
So if you had to pick your favorite on there, it would be
Lauryn Hill, hands down.
If you had to pick your favorite on there, who would it be?
If I had to pick my favorite on here, Mariah Carey, because she's white. Nah, I'm fucking with Johnny. I ain't gotta fuck with Johnny real quick.
Good,
nah, I would go with who I would listen. I mean, it would be between Beyonce and Alicia Keys.
Pick one right now. We got 5 seconds.
I would pick Rihanna.
Okay.
Because when her music
would
come
go
on,
with Beyonce.
when I'm out, and, I got a little drink in my hand, whatever.
Got a nice
and her joints come on in the bar, club, whatever. Whether it's work or Rude Boy, whatever come on in the club, like you moving. You feel me? Like
I'd probably go with Beyonce.
That's what it is for me. I like Beyonce voice.
Lauryn Hill got that feel good music. I'm in the car, I can sing, and nobody can judge me on my singing, so I'm good on the mic.
I like Beyonce. I like her voice. She's one of the best vocals up there too. But I know as of late, a lot of her music is "Break Up with the Boyfriend." That type of. So and Alicia Keys, I love Alicia Keys, man. Her first album, that piano, I was loving it. But that's what I gotta get rid of. All right, man. So we're gonna move on to some. We're gonna move on to some.
Black Chyna.
All right, man. So Black.
No
Chyna.
updates on Black Chyna. Y'all know who Black Chyna is. We're not gonna explain.
We're not gonna explain who it is, but
Rob Kardashian,
Kardashian, baby mama,
y'all know who
Tiger,
it is.
baby mama.
To explain that.
But so recently she came out with a sex tape.
About a minute long of her giving fellatio.
I think it's longer though. I think it's actual. The whole tape is out.
It might have been cut.
I think some people watched the whole tape. I think we got the clip of it, but let's stick on that.
Yeah, we got the 1 minute.
Let me see that.
Oh yeah, let's show the. We're gonna show the clip.
We can't show it to y'all. We can't show it to y'all. Y'all look it up on your own time.
Yeah.
We're gonna just peek at it real quick and see what's going on.
We're gonna see it and what do y'all think about it?
So I seen this before and I had a opinion about it, but I'm just gonna double check it again.
Listen, man.
Trash.
If you're gonna give fellatio, be nasty.
For real, man. Don't half-ass it, man. Like,
spit on it, double hand stroke.
There's no way you should be giving me head and the shit's still dry. that ain't.
Look at this girl. Look, hands behind the. Look, both hands go behind her head.
She's not doing it, but just putting it in her mouth. She's not doing nothing else. Trash.
I'd have been mad.
Trash. I'd have left.
That's literally the definition of a cock holster.
Like
you just put it in there and it's just like holding it. Like
it's just in there. It's just not doing nothing.
Nothing's happening.
How can she say that's not her though?
That's the thing that's crazy.
She didn't say this one wasn't her. There was another one that came out after. It was 13 minutes of a girl that looks like her. That's the one that she said it isn't her.
Well, I heard.
Did you watch it?
I heard she's denying this one.
That's the one that I pulled up earlier. No, this one her lawyers sent out a bunch of cease and desist letters.
Okay.
Basically saying like pull the video down.
Yeah,
because that's how you know that definitely is.
All right, so
and it sucks too because
we're good.
She can't even get paid off that now because everybody watched it and knows it's trash already. So like when the Kim Kardashian shit came out, people, it was a lore about it because people didn't know. They didn't buy
Ray
it.
J's still making money off of that tape.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
All right, so listen up. So what do we think about Black Chyna in a whole? Like, what's going on with this girl?
I don't know how she got 2 baby daddies.
Two
like
baby daddies got bread too.
This is embarrassing though, a little bit.
I don't like her.
Why you keep being in this situation with the sex tape revenge and you got kids? Like, what at the end of the day, like, what example are you setting? Like, we might get a little serious here, but like, it is funny, it's comedic and shit like that. But like, what example are you setting for children or young girls that it's okay for men to hover on top of you while you giving fellatio and risk being on video? Like, if you sucking pee or whatever you want to do, just get the top of your head in it so your face won't be in it at least. Like, you blatantly like, what's up? I'm Black Chyna. I'm Tiger's ex. I'm Rob Kardashian's ex. And she got 2 babies.
And I can't suck dick.
And I'm doing this. I'm trying.
And it's trash.
It's me though. it's me.
Listen,
I'm here.
I don't have nothing. I don't think I don't have nothing against it. I don't think as a man or a female, like, if you want to do that with your mate or whatever, like, ain't nothing wrong with it.
No, ain't.
But when you famous and you just trying to get what the kids say now, clout. You just trying to get clout, whatever. Like, cut it out, man.
But do you think she released it?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Did she release it? I think that the guy.
I think he released it.
But the thing is, if you fuck with somebody that could do some shit like that, then that's not somebody you really.
But that's
sometimes you never know though. Sometimes,
sometimes
the breakup happens and like the niggas like that's why it's called porn revenge. So like you fuck with your girl, y'all got a tape, an embarrassing tape. Maybe she's like spanking you or some shit, and then all of a sudden she releases this shit, and then niggas like, yo, you a fucking weirdo in between the sheets.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
There's a lot of that shit that go on between the industry, but I feel like regular people, we don't have to worry about that too much.
Yeah.
But like in the industry, that is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? People like 50 be having beef with a lot of people. Then a girl come back and be like, oh, well, you like having your finger in your butt, or I'm not saying that's true,
Kanye.
but you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Like, oh, you like having your finger in your butt, or shit like that, and that's rough. But it seemed like I felt like I could say I'm lucky enough to. I never felt like when I had to split from somebody. They gonna try to go back and do no crazy shit or nothing. But like you said, you never know.
You never know. People get in their feelings, and even if that one split second, all it takes is them uploading it right there.
But my thing is,
and it's over everywhere.
But listen to the
sequence.
sequence.
You can take it off real quick.
But listen to the sequence though. The sequence is, and this is off what we know. We don't know what in her past. Rob Kardashian released stuff about her, right? Mm-hmm. Some naked pictures of her and shit like that.
Yeah, true.
And now it happened again. So now you get with the next man, and you get recorded blatantly. You in the camera, you do it again, risking it all once again. Not learning your lesson the first time, and now you're a victim again of it. And now you want to play victim and you want all these women to back you. No, we're not. I can't speak for the women, but I'm not backing you up on this because you knew the first time you got recorded, it got aired out.
Facts.
So now you're doing it again, and now your kid. These videos don't go anywhere. I don't think people understand. Like when you go viral, it's forever.
Yeah.
It's on somebody's hard drive now.
Yeah.
Like once it's on somebody's hard drive, anybody can easily access it again. You can get it off the internet as long as you want.
Yeah.
Instagram don't be taking down videos like Facebook.
Yeah.
You're there forever now.
Yeah, you gotta go back and look 600 weeks back.
Your kid gonna watch that shit and his little friend gonna be like, "Say, mom suck a dick, boy." I wanna see what that mouth do too. Like, now it's a fight. Like,
I mean, that whole thing as far as, like your kids watching, you can say that for any porn star and a lot of people, so I don't really like to get into that. I get what you're saying, though.
You take that risk and there's no
I definitely get what you're saying, and that's, to have that shit out. But
your father gotta watch that.
But to be honest, like, some people just don't care.
Get a check.
They just don't care, yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I don't know, man. Would you risk your future to do porn?
I wouldn't.
No.
If it was my last end, and I had no girl and this and that, I probably consider it. Why not?
Yeah. What you think?
Would I consider doing porn?
Yeah, you can make a living. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like Johnny said, if I ain't got a girl and
if you don't got no life, you don't got nothing else to do.
I'm
it's either porn or the army.
Porn or the army.
Yeah.
I'll start fucking for money.
It is what it is. Same
fuck for money, like
if I had no girl or nothing like that.
You could be the niggas that got the POV view.
Yeah,
not be in the video.
That's true. There's niggas that
just be a mannequin. Just be a mannequin and just chill. And
living off that, but yeah, man. I feel like you can't. Those are two things. I feel like if you're in the industry, you can't have a regular life because there's a lot of porn stars that like try. You know what I'm saying? Try to just live normal, like, come home to their boyfriend. But at the end of the day, like, as a man, that don't upset you.
Was she an escort?
I don't get it. Like,
Who, Black Chyna?
I don't know how that
was
stripper. She was a stripper, but was she a stripper escort type of deal?
I mean, I feel like when they're at strip, they do that shit. Like, they just get bread for doing other shit too.
So let's
like mad strippers come. Oh, just because you're a stripper don't mean nothing.
Yeah, let's wrap this up real quick. So Chris, what's your final take on Black Chyna as a whole, man?
Black Chyna.
Where she go from now?
Just Black Chyna alone. I don't really like. I don't know her personally, obviously, but like just how everything happened. Like I feel like she's a foul person only off the fact. Like fuck the sex tape. Like the way that she got with Rob Kardashian, I felt like that was just like some get back shit to Tiger when Tiger was with college. She was like, I'm gonna fuck your. I'm gonna fuck. You took my man, so I'm gonna fuck your brother, and have a baby by him. Because you took like I just. You
be naive to try to say.
Some shit's off that bitch.
Yeah, you be naive to say that ain't have nothing to do with it. I just don't. I don't know her. She's not the type of person I would be around or hang around. I wouldn't really want to fuck with her like that. But I just feel like she got bagged a nigga with low self-esteem and had a kid just to make sure she's financially good for the rest of her life.
That's horrible.
And
that's honestly what I think, because when you got a kid by Tiger, you good. But at the end of the day, when a baby hits a certain age, whatever, you might have to. So I feel like she's just trying to stay relevant and do certain shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Kardashians, I don't feel like they gotta try to stay relevant. I feel like they're gonna be relevant.
Automatic.
Nah, they definitely do things to stay relevant.
No, they definitely, but a lot of things, but
they're still gonna be. They can boost it. They can boost it.
Yeah, they don't really have to. Like, they're good now.
Yeah.
But like Chyna is like, she's on that fence. So when you have two kids,
she was trying to be a Kardashian, so they blocked her.
Yeah, because she was doing crazy stuff. So but I think she just had the baby by Rob just to secure her.
Yeah,
I think.
What do you think?
I think she needs help. I think she needs to chill, go on vacation, get away from all this shit. Just take care of your kids, because it's cute when she's posting the kids up, taking care of the kids. But it's fucking horrible when we see what you're doing in the public, and you are a parent at the end of the day. Like, you are a parent. Something has to change. Like, what you still making sex? What you still getting recorded? Like, I mean, I understand it's your private life to do what you want, but stop risking everything when you got a kid out here and people got to talk to your kid about certain things.
People just
like, some people are cruel and some older kids are cruel. Your kid got to go to school one day. He got to have friends one day. And that one kid that's corrupted and beyond Instagram, OD, watching the tabloids and shit like that, is going to bring it up to your kid. Like, nigga, I saw your mom sucking dick, bro. Don't think that shit went away.
If you really feeling like you want to record yourself because you just freaky and it's not.
Put it in your phone.
Put it in your phone. You record it, so they don't have
it. Like, you record it and have the safety over it. Like,
but if you
don't give the other man the
power
option to so when he do break up with you, he could do this, or people hack the phones. Let's get rid of that bullshit. That shit is old. You fucked up. You did it.
Yeah, we
so that's my final take on it. Black Chyna do better.
That's a fact.
Parents do better.
But we're gonna move on to the next subject. This video is I don't know what to draw from this video, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to draw some sort of opinion about it. But it's crazy. It's been going around for about 3-4 days now. We're gonna pull this up so y'all can see it and see what y'all think.
Let's see if we can get this playing. Oh my god.
So hold on, pull it back a little bit. I don't think they see the first part.
No, they're not gonna see this. They don't see this. I'm gonna upload it for them.
One down.
So basically, he knocks this nigga out. He's dazed. Boom,
boom,
boom, boom.
Oh
ponytail. Watch the ponytail go flying though. Ponytail's not on there.
No, it's coming off though. It's coming off. It's loose.
Look, standing up. You want more? Eat that ponytail off. Throw that.
Crazy.
Talk about Tim's on.
Now they come around the corner. Now she's trying to. You crazy boy? You bugging? Don't be coming here. What?
Mm-hmm.
What you say? Oh my god.
Boom!
Oh my.
Fucking head against the wall.
He's wilding, man. That's the definition of wilding. Like.
And she's sleeping. Look, and she's still getting up. Just act sleep, girl.
The smallest person still getting up. This is crazy. This is disgusting.
It really is, man. It's hard to watch.
This is like it's
hard to watch. We
It's disgusting. It is disgusting.
It is, man.
It's mean to say. It's a little bit funny too, but it really is disgusting to watch, because obviously I don't know what the scenario is, but the scenario got to be bad. And obviously this is one of the niggas you don't fuck with in the hood. You say something to him and he ready to pop on anybody at any time. He knocked homeboy out.
You think it could be? I don't know why this didn't come to my mind first time. But you think it could be like oh, this your new nigga type of thing? Like,
It might have been.
Nah.
you don't think? I
It
don't
might have
know,
been.
bro.
It looked like I owe you money type of beef to me. It looked like I owe you money. I'm with my girl chilling. You said some sick shit or you ignore me. Boom, I knock you out. Your girl want to get tough and flinch at me. She put her hands up, said what? Now I'm about to beat you up.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I was like.
Mama come around the corner.
Why'd you put like females? Please explain this to me. Like not.
Because they're
Of
not
course-
ready for what the
of
results
course,
are after
men-
they put their hands up.
Men should not hit women. Women should not hit men. Nobody should be putting hands on nobody.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
as a female, you seen this dude knock your man out with one hit. Why are you trying to square up with him? Why are you
Because
putting
she
your
thought
hands
she was
on him?
ready for that and she thought that she was tough.
Don't try to listen. Don't try to look.
Like your man's
You don't
two
have to-
times your
you don't have-
size.
You don't have to try to impress nobody. Don't try to look tough. He not gonna. A real man, he not gonna fault you like, oh babe, why didn't you get him? Like, what type of shit is that? He don't care about that. Just comfort, like, get to your man. Like, your man on the floor. We don't know what's happening with him. Try to wake him up or something. Like,
And then
no jokes either. All jokes aside, like. We see way too many instances where a girl try to flinch at a man or what up then, like, and then
I honestly wish that they would have had
put
like
you through a
audio
window.
of what they were saying.
I would love to have audio.
Because I want to know what the older lady that came into the picture.
Whatever she said,
Oh,
she
she tried to
regretted
get him,
it.
yeah, she tried to
Whatever
get
she
him.
said, she regretted it ASAP because she turned her whole back around. That means you know you're scared. When you turn your back on a person, you never turn your back on somebody that is fucking that aggressive.
Yeah.
When you turn your whole back around somebody like you either got too much confidence, you think he's not gonna hit you, or you fucking scared.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think that she was scared. I think that she
I think
thought.
if she was about it, she would have did something.
I don't think she
I
was
think that
scared.
she
I
thought-
think that
well,
she thought when she turned around, he was not going to hit her.
That's what I think too. I think that
That's what I thought.
I think that what he said, whatever she said to him, she thought that was gonna be the end of it. That was gonna be like, boy, you crazy in here? Why you in here bugging out? And then like, and then he gonna be like,
Yeah.
all right, let me get the hell up out of here. Somebody already came around the corner and saw me.
Yeah,
I don't think she knew to the step.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
Yeah, he beat two people
I
in the
think she was
hallway.
scared.
But if somebody come to you in their apartment building, like, oh boy, you in here, you would think that a rational person at that point, because he already way over the line. But after knocking two people out in the hallway, and now two people saw
Can't
it,
stop him.
and one person say something to you, the last thing you probably think is he gonna knock you out too, and then go back to them and then keep knocking them out.
Listen, if he was already beating up the female, what makes you think you're not gonna get beat up when you turn that corner hostile?
I don't know.
Hold on, but
What makes you think? And I think.
yo, that the small
Did
girl.
she touch him?
The girl,
Nah.
No, the other lady.
He bumped her. She was like, "What are you doing in here?" And he,
No, look.
No,
Look at her arm. Move.
nah, he was
No.
in her face, bro.
Don't matter though. Look at her gesture.
Bro,
Move.
She
Because
did
he
push.
walked into her face,
But
though.
that's.
He walked into her face, bro.
But
You can't.
who's initiating the contact?
Him.
That's-
Bro,
Bro, if I'm
she
talking,
should've-
but look it. If I'm talking like this and you do this, you initiate contact though.
Bro,
I'm in your space, yes.
you know what it is though.
But-
You know
but
how,
she-
bro, you know how people act, bro.
But
They do
look
that when they want you to
look
get-
how hostile he is already. He's already ready for war, and now you're gonna move him to the side.
Bro.
No, you should have just you.
So what are you gonna do? Go like?
Well, now the
supposed to
result
do?
is she's knocked out, sleeping.
That's
concussion.
probably gonna be the result regardless.
But I mean,
he came this close to her face.
What
bro.
she should have done was like the lady with the laundry basket when she saw the
Mind her
nigga wilding,
business. Mind her
turn
business.
around and walk away.
Oh, look.
Don't come in the pit. How
She
stupid.
probably look.
And then look, you running for more boom, nigga. Stop.
That little girl kept getting up though. Like why?
The hoofy fell off. Look
Just
the
stay
ponytail.
down.
Ponytail, dumb little
She
look.
look dead.
Now that's fucked up. That's somebody's sister.
That's insane, bro. Like
Sister shouldn't have scored up.
Nah,
Like, don't
he should
square up.
definitely be jailed though. This shit is.
Nah,
shit
that's-
is-
that's
I
attempted
can
murder,
imagine that
bro.
was my sister or somebody
That's-
like.
I can't say that's attempted murder.
I'm not, I mean, a little. I'm not pretending a little.
I mean,
but that was harsh.
He was just.
That was
trying
harsh.
to-
Closest thing to it because he didn't try to not kill them.
Like he was kicking.
He was
him
trying to
with
finish
Timbs.
people. He was trying to finish
He
He
people.
was finishing them, except for the one girl. That's the only one that.
But but she got a concussion too. She was
If I-
not.
if-
She was not on her feet, bro.
If I was a short, like the small guy, I would have just played dead.
But you know what looks bad
Yeah.
on his part? That he got knocked out before his girl got knocked out. He took one punch and got knocked out.
His
She
girl took like 15 punches.
But
Yeah,
he got a
and
bottle
head to the
in his
wall,
hand?
and
It's
head to the
like
wall.
He got a
Yeah.
bottle in his hand though. It's like he got a bottle in his hand when he first
I
got
thought he had a phone. I thought he was on a phone.
I thought he had a bottle in his hand. I think he drunk.
Whatever it was.
I'm
he
chilling,
fin-
boy. He had a phone, I think. Look, he had a phone.
Finish
Let me
him.
see. Hold on.
My
Yeah.
head-
Flask. He got a flask.
My
It's a
head
flask.
hurt.
I don't
Still
care if
still
you're drunk.
sleeping though.
Still though. But he
Yo,
got.
look, is she? Why you gonna throw your hands up if you're not ready for this?
If you would have connected that one hit,
this one here.
that one,
Oh my god.
that would have sent her.
All right,
She
so
would've been done.
final takes on this. I think this nigga should be jailed. Ain't no other like comments about it. This shit was wrong no matter what. But we don't know the backstory about it. He could have stopped his little girl. He could have had a little sister, and the guy could have fucked his little sister. You don't know what happened. The nigga could have beat his little sister.
We don't
know what happened.
We do gotta say we don't know what happened because we really don't know
we don't know the backdrop to it. So
I don't think nothing on the planet probably makes us right unless it was.
Or maybe both of them jumped his little sister.
But again, like I said, we don't know. But all we know is on video, it looks
bad.
Man, it looks bad.
Nah, it definitely looks bad.
And the thing is that it's not that he didn't just leave after it happened. He kept going and then knocked out a neighbor and then went back for more. So we don't know, what was going on. But it looks horrible. It looks horrible.
Come in, try to break it up. Try to like, yo, stop.
All right, so
don't come in and talk shit and then
my thing is obviously it looks horrible on tape. I wish they would have had audio because I want to know what the older lady said. As far as a short girl, you should have stayed down. This dude should be jailed. But at the same time, looking at the video, I feel like after he knocked the dude out and he stepped to the girl, play it back real quick.
What?
Right at the beginning. Play the beginning. Take it back. Back.
Beginning.
Right? She put her hands up?
Yeah, like he went to walk away and she stepped to him.
Yeah, she was like, what?
Like he finished him. He went to walk away and she flinched at him.
She wanted
So
engagement. Look.
I think
hands go what? Mm-hmm.
I think he would have left if he may have left if she didn't.
No,
if
she wanted it.
But I mean, at the end of the day, he was wrong.
At the end of the day, he was wrong, but she wanted it though.
Anyway,
she put her hands up and said what? And you got it. You got what you asked for.
Women, stop putting your hands up. Like men are hitting women out here these days. Like,
people don't care, and
be human. That's it.
People don't care. When people get that fit of rage, like. They don't see man and woman; they see person and person.
He came with a motive. And
so when you do that, a lot of dudes don't think a lot of people don't think in their head like, oh, it's a girl. They just think that this person trying to put hands. I'm gonna put hands back. Like a lot of people, and I'm not saying it's right or nothing, but it happens.
So this is the next thing. The next thing we're doing.
We're gonna move on.
This video with Dr. Umar Johnson talking about interracial dating. He was on Breakfast Club. This is kind of an old video. I seen this a long time ago.
But now we have an outlet to talk about it.
But let's see.
So we're gonna bring this up.
Play the video.
Short video, and
what he has to say on the topic.
That was weird.
That's hilarious. You want me to play? I got it. I got it right. Oh, you got it? Yeah. All right.
If my son, my black son, right,
yes,
brings home a white girl, because
how old is he?
Not for nothing, he's 13.
Yes.
Not for nothing, we live in an area that is predominantly white.
Okay.
Reason why? Better school system, better education.
I got you.
A lot safer. So if he brings home a white girl, I should be like, son,
we need to have a conversation.
You shouldn't date her. You should date a black person.
Yes, sir.
Woman.
Yes, sir.
I don't agree with that. So
and let me tell you why.
You don't go to college.
Let me
say, like mayonnaise now, but when you go to that HBCU and see that soul food,
let him experience what he likes.
But
I
Envy,
don't want to be the person that says you can do this.
No, you have to be the person because you have to teach your son loyalty to his community. European Jews do it. Arabs do it. Chinese do it. We're the only people who feel anxious and ambivalent about telling our black boys that you better love and marry a black woman.
All right. So obviously he's a little bit extreme.
A little bit?
No. But he got some points. Now I'm gonna tell you one of his points that he brought up in the beginning. That's why I want to go first. Is that the Arabs do it, the Jews do it, Albanians do it, and they tell people to, and some Hispanic people do it.
I know a lot.
We all been with that Hispanic girl that the grandma said, "Don't bring a black nigga home. Don't bring a black person home." Right? We all know that. We all know that Spanish person. We all know that Spanish grandma, Spanish mom. And we see Arabs. Who do we see Arabs mostly with?
Arabs.
Who do we see Chinese people mostly with?
Chinese people.
We're the only people that we're really the only race. I can't say that definitely, but we like to date outside our race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their parents are telling them, you need to marry another whatever. Mexicans. A lot of Mexicans date a lot of Mexicans.
Yeah, they don't date. I know a lot
of date outside.
I know a lot of Mexican girls that I went to school with, and I would develop a crush on, or they would develop a crush on me.
Couldn't do nothing about it.
And we couldn't do nothing about it because they pops, or grandma or moms tell them that they can't. Don't fuck with no black dude.
Don't bring no black dude home. Don't bring no.
And I see them years later. I see them years later with like a Mexican nigga that's like 20 years older than them.
Yeah,
10 years older.
But that's okay.
and that's alright because he's Mexican. But God forbid you bring home a black dude.
So what I'm saying is that is a good point. A lot of people are scared to say that shit though because people are gonna be like, no, but I know a Mexican that goes out with a black person. No, but I know an Albanian that goes out with a Arab. We're talking about majority though. We're talking about majority. We're not talking about nothing is 100%. We're talking about majority of people who date in the same race and don't really date outside race because of culture.
This is hard because yes, he says something like that. I get a lot of where he's coming from, but I have a problem when just because everybody else does it doesn't make it right. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
Just because everybody else does it doesn't make it right.
What does that mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Because
like,
the Arabs teach that and
put it like this: right. If you go to a white family and they tell them you cannot date a black person, that's racist.
They're not doing anything to us.
It's preference. It's not racist.
But if you
tradition also, it's tradition.
But if you're disowning somebody, like if your parents disown you because you choose to date a black person, that's not racist.
I don't believe racist things to be anything that doesn't interact with that actual culture. Like you within yourself,
that's preferences.
If you within yourself always say like, oh yo, you say to your son, yo, you always gotta date a white girl. You tell it a secret, and he don't ever do nothing bad to black people, nothing. I don't consider him racist. He didn't do anything. He might be internally.
I'm not saying the kid is racist,
but tradition is tradition. I mean, if your family's Russian, and then you got a black boyfriend, and your mom say, "Don't do that." Maybe your mom's racist.
That's what I'm talking about the parents. I'm not talking about the kid.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they got some kind of prejudice against it. I wouldn't call it.
So let's not say racism. Let's say just prejudice. But my
racism is not liking people. They're just saying don't bring home a black. They're saying don't interbreed with another race and make a Russian and black baby. That's what I don't know what your scenario is, but that's what I'm getting from
my family's never there's never been a thing in my family. Yeah. So I can't even
I'm saying your scenario.
I don't know what it feels like to
have somebody say don't bring this kind of person home.
Yeah, I don't know what that feels like. My brother's been through it. Like not even with a girl. Like just my brother. Like he went to one of his friends' cribs once, and my brother's Dominican and his friend is Dominican, but my brother's dark skin. Not like one of my younger brother. He went to his friend's crib and his friend's grandma thought that he was black. Yeah. And she was like, nah, get him out of here.
Yeah.
So it's not even just like a dating thing. It's just like, it's just for me, I think it's a race thing. I don't think it's just interbreeding.
But that's a different instance between dating because that scenario was him coming over and she thinking he was black. It's different when I'm Puerto Rican and my my girlfriend. I'm talking about if I was a girl.
No, I got you.
And my girlfriend is, whatever. Or if I was a girl, my boyfriend is that or whatever. And my mom's saying, nah.
So my question is, I'm sure you've been in interracial relationships and you've been interracial.
Yeah.
When he says, I cannot respect a black man.
That's extreme.
That's the extreme part to me.
That's too much for me. That's where I draw the line.
See, here's the thing. Like, I don't think he said anything. He didn't say nothing that was wrong. Like, nothing he said was technically wrong. What he said about I cannot respect, that's still not even wrong. That's his personal opinion. Yeah. I don't agree with it, but that's his personal opinion. But what he's saying about other cultures that have been doing it for hundreds and hundreds of years, saying that you got to stick with this. That's a real thing. And once black people got liberated, got free, they have like maybe back in the days, you know what I'm saying, like for a certain amount of time, they have been, they did like the older generations, the black people they try to stick with, but it wasn't because they hated other people. It's because that they see it. They come to America, we finally get a little bit of freedom where we can walk around the streets. And you still got white people that sticking to white people. You still got, these people sticking to these people. So we were the first people to start venturing out. Like, interracial, But the thing is, like he said, it do got a lot to do with the church. We're taught, a lot of black people are taught in their home to not think that way. Even though people think that way towards us, we should think that way towards them. And he's saying there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong to think that way because the whole planet does it. So why are black people the only people? That's why you see a lot of black dudes, a lot of black girls walking around. Hold on. You see a lot of black dudes, a lot of black girls walking around saying, I only date Spanish guys. I only date white guys. I only date white girls. I want a baby that got good hair. I want a baby that got a good complexion. I want to be because they're so taught. People are so caught up in the fact that they don't think that they should have a black baby or a black relationship. That's stupid, and that's what he's speaking on.
I don't think that they're being taught that they cannot have a black baby. I think what they're being taught is that you shouldn't judge anybody based off of their background. You should be able to date anybody who you want. So it's one thing to sit there and, say that they're being taught. I mean, I'm not black, so I never, unless, they were telling you guys that you need to date interracially, that you have to. No, I think what they're being taught, which I think is the right thing, I don't have a problem with interracial relationships. I think what black people are being taught, which I think is the right thing, and what other people should do, Arabs, Asians, everything, is to be taught, like, you don't have to date within your race. You should be able to date whoever you love. And that's what Envy is saying. What Dr. Umar is saying is that, no, you should not date outside of your race.
Because of the bigger picture. The bigger picture is Arabs do it, Chinese people do it, and we don't bring it up that black people don't do it because we really don't.
No, and you shouldn't, but that's my point. Like, just because everybody else does it does not make it right. And what he's saying is that we should do it because everybody else is doing it.
Yeah. But that's not why he's saying.
That's the hard thing.
That's not why he's saying.
Yeah,
that's the thing you're getting mixed up. That's not why he's saying you should do it. It's because everybody else is doing it. He's saying it because of a bigger picture. He's saying it because when it boils down to it, there's a bigger picture of black people being dead last when it comes to.
They don't get scrutinized for it. The Chinese people don't get scrutinized for dating Chinese.
No, absolutely not. And I saw this is a long interview, so I saw the whole interview, but I'm only trying to keep it on this clip because he makes a lot of good points in the whole interview. If y'all can go watch the interview if you have the time. He makes a lot of good points, but I think what turns me off to him is his extremes. I can't respect a black man, things like that. When I hear people talking like that, is like I'm like, what are you saying?
It's because you know what he's doing. He's speaking up for the whole community. I can't. People don't have to accept him speaking up for him. I mean, I don't have to accept him speaking up for me. Yeah. But what he's trying to do is educate everybody on what's going on within the world and what's going on in our own community, black versus black. Because a lot of this shit, we have our own battles with our own people.
Yeah, of course.
Against. But what I think what I got out of that is we get scrutinized the most. Our black women scrutinize men for dating white women.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I want to know. Like, why? Like, why is that? Why do black women get so mad when they see?
Because they see good black men with white women, and they feel some type of way. I'm not a black woman. I can't really speak on that.
Like, do you guys get upset when y'all see a black woman with a white man?
I ain't gonna front. Sometimes I don't say I feel some type of way, but I'm like, why that nigga? I ain't gonna front. Like, I'm not mad though. I'm not jealous. I'm just like, why though?
See, here's the thing.
But it's love, though, because I like to see interracial. Let me finish real quick. Yeah. I love to see interracial relationships. I love it. Yeah. But I always think about what the process was to get there. Because when I don't have, I'm not racist or anything, but my conversation with a white girl is so much different when I have a conversation with a black woman or a Hispanic woman. They understand me more, and I don't have to explain a lot to them. Mm-hmm. With a white girl that's not with it, and we all know what a white girl that's with it is. If you don't know what a white girl that is with it, do your research. Go watch something. Go watch a movie or something. But a white girl that's with it understands me. A white girl that's not with it, and like a white girl that you got to teach things to, and like when I talk, she'll understand me. That's kind of annoying to me. You got to start all over with it.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, if you meet that white girl that's with it, then you ain't got to teach her nothing. So she understands you.
Yeah.
But she doesn't understand you like a black woman would.
Naturally, a black woman is gonna be more relatable to you as a black man. Mm-hmm. That's just natural.
Unless that white girl been dating black people her whole life and she's for us.
But okay, so there are instances where you can meet that white girl who
understands and understands what the cops.
So this is my problem with him is that he's saying just because you are not black, you cannot understand the black man. If you listen to what he's saying,
that's one of those topics where he's talking for majority of people. Because a lot of people don't understand how it is to be black.
Yeah,
I don't understand how it is to be Spanish. Yeah. I don't understand how it is to be Chinese. How can I talk to you about Chinese culture if I'm not fucking Chinese or I don't study it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't tell you about it because I don't study that. I don't know that.
Yeah, but
I go off my experience, and from my experience, he's saying from my experience is.
We get shunned. We get.
Yeah, like why you not dating a black girl for?
Like no matter what way.
You don't like your black woman. Your mom is black. That's everybody's favorite thing. Yeah. Your mom is black. You don't like black people. I said no. It's not that I don't like black girls. So, my preference is what I like. When I see somebody walk by, I like that Spanish girl. When I see somebody walk by, I like that girl. It don't matter if you white or black, but I have my own preference. I get to choose what the fuck I want to do. Yeah. It's like you got to choose what the fuck you wanted to comment on after I said it.
I mean, preference is I have no problem with preference. Like. Everybody has preference. You can sit here and say you don't have a preference. Yes, you do.
You do. Everybody has a preference.
Everybody has a preference. But when you start talking about, I can't respect a man or,
that's extreme. Like I said, I don't really.
Well, that's what my problem is with him. Like when you start using extremes.
But when you're a black activist, that's what you do.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. But listen, my perspective. From me personally, I'm not talking about anybody else, just me personally, and I'm sure there are people like that in the world, where once you start hearing extremes like that, they just tune out. It's like, he just sounds crazy when he starts going to the extreme.
Who's tuning out? And I'm not to bring this back to race, the people that are tuning out, and the people that's not black.
It's not black, but
we're not tuning. I'm not tuning out.
All right, but at the same time, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, don't you think it's important for other people to hear it? Other than black people?
Then listen to what he got to say. Don't tune out.
Well, here's my thing.
But when he starts talking like that, he just sounds crazy. That's what I'm saying.
But he sounds crazy to you. He sounds crazy to me too. But there's more content after that.
No, yes.
So you got to give it a try.
There's more content, and I listened to the entire interview. But I'm saying after I listened to that interview the first time, and I thought back to that interview, the first thing that I thought was he's bugging. That's the first thing that goes back to that's my first thought. Like. This dude is crazy. He has good points, but he's bugging. And that's the same thing that DJ Envy was saying.
So look, let me just do this real quick, because we do gotta move on. Let me get your final take, because you're already on it. Let me get your final take on this video and interracial dating. Let's not go off a tangent. Interracial dating.
All right, so my final take, if you can't go watch the full video, he has good points in there. There's a lot of things that I also don't agree with, but that's for the whole video. Just on this video alone, the whole not respecting a man who doesn't date within his own race, and he says a lot of things. He's a smart guy, but he just says a lot of crazy shit that I do not agree with.
Of course.
But as far as interracial relationships, I'm in an interracial relationship myself. I don't think there's a problem with it. I don't think that you should be telling your kid to only date within your race. Of course, everybody has their preference, but just because everybody else is doing it doesn't mean that it's right.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the same, basically. I just think it's funny because we don't tell Chinese people to date black people or to date white people. That's what he was bringing up. That's what I'm saying. It's funny because it's kind of normal for us to date outside our race, but we're not telling Chinese people yo, quit that whole tradition shit.
Mix it up.
Mix it up a little bit. Have some interracial babies. And if a Chinese person is having a baby with somebody, it's probably a white person. Because they're closest to it.
Yeah.
Now we're not saying that this doesn't happen. Obviously, there's interracial relationships with all relationships.
Yeah, everybody does. We're talking about the masses. We're talking about what's a normal conversation. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think that interracial relationships are fun. Are fine to me. I like to watch them. I like to see them. I like to see white people happy with black women. I like to see black men happy with black women. I don't really have a problem. I do sometimes think how that process happens. I don't hate. I just be like, wow. How did that happen?
Because when it comes to I don't want to interrupt your thing, but when it comes to that, people say oh, how do you feel? How do you feel if you see a black woman, right? I don't get mad at that at all, because if they care about each other, that's all that matters. But the thing is, because you don't know them people, you don't know how it happened. Whatever, they might really love each other, whatever. Yeah. But when it's somebody that I personally know, I don't say anything to them because it is what it is. Do what you want to do. But when I personally know that you're in it for some other reason other than them. Yeah. Other than love, they're financially stable. Then I have an issue with it. But the thing is, but even if I have an issue with it, I still don't say anything to you. I just know it. I just know because I personally know you, and I know the type of guys you like, and I know you're with that person because you saw them going on cruises or you saw them doing crazy shit.
Yeah, some preferences are bad.
That's different. But go ahead. I want to interrupt you.
Yeah, some preferences, to bring that up, some preferences are bad. Some people have preferences saying only date white men. To me, that sounds racist. To me, that sounds I don't know if I say racist, but that sounds crazy. Why do you only date white men? Because I had a bad experience with black people. Well, all black people aren't the same. You dated the wrong black people. You can't just eliminate everybody.
A whole race.
Yeah, a whole thing. I don't date this. But whatever. To get to the point, Dr. Umar obviously is extreme. Obviously, he knows what he's talking about also. But he's speaking as a black activist. So to know that before you get into his interviews, you have to know that. You can't just watch this video and be like, oh, this is just a normal black person with a dashiki on or whatever the hell it is talking about black people. No, he's a black activist. He speaks for the black community, and he's a well-educated black man. So his topics or his takes are going to come off extreme. There's no either or and but. Is the black community should do this and that's it. So he thinks that black kids should date black women. I don't think that. I think it's fine to date. This world is interracial. We're in the United States.
Yeah.
This ain't China. This ain't Indonesia. Whatever. There's too many races here for you to be dating the same race. Mix it up. Have fun with it. Like whatever. Like I think you should have fun and be happy who you with and break that tradition shit.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. I watched the video. Like I said, I don't feel he's wrong. I feel like he got a lot of valid points. He didn't say anything that was factually wrong. And at the end of the day, him not respecting people for not dating a black man, not respecting a black man for dating a white woman, that's his opinion. So I still don't feel he's wrong. Personally, I don't feel that way. I do feel a black woman could naturally understand a black man more. But at the end of the day, the heart wants what the heart wants. That's the way I've always went about my personal life. That's the way I'm always going to go about it. Yeah, it is cool when black people relate to you and you can just naturally gravitate towards them and talk to them. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, if I start to love this woman or feel for this woman and her ethnicity happens to be Puerto Rican or her ethnicity has to be Caucasian or Indian or whatever, and I feel for her, then that's just what I'm going to go with at the end of the day. I'm not going to...
And not to interrupt you,
yeah.
To convince that other race or ethnicity to understand your black struggle or to understand your struggle in life, I think means a lot more.
That's love.
Because they're not black and they understand it. Once they understand it and they can speak for you and not everything is, I don't think that lady really followed you. Like, when you understand it, that means something. But go ahead.
That's love. That gives you more, that's effort. And we don't get a lot of effort in today's relationships. Like, a lot of people just don't care. So when somebody that's not of your ethnicity, not of your ethnic background, takes the time and the effort to try to learn why you feel the way you feel about certain things, that could build a relationship within itself. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where he's coming from, but personally, I think that if you do think that way and you're that close-minded about it, you will personally miss out on possible, potential, amazing relationships and friendships if you think that way. So I don't feel the way he feels. I understand where he's coming from, but no matter the race, whether she's black, white, Spanish, whatever, if she's for me, she's for me. And I'm gonna give that a chance. Period. So that's my final take on it. We're gonna move on to.
So this is a new segment we're gonna start doing. We're gonna start doing this every week. It's gonna be either stupid. The segment's gonna be stupidest comment or post.
We don't got a name for it yet.
Stupidest.
But
let's say stupidest post or comment.
I like stupid comment of the week.
So basically, what we're doing though,
and we're not gonna air y'all out, by the way. We're not gonna put your name wherever you are.
Listen, we're not gonna air y'all out.
You're gonna know who you are though.
Hold on, one second.
And they could go on the page and see who did this.
We're not gonna air y'all out. We're not gonna at y'all. We're not trying to start beef. We're not trying to fight y'all. This is just some funny shit. Before you add a status, please be aware that the Unruly Podcast is watching. So if you put something far-fetched, if you put something that we think is weird and we gotta read 80 times in a row and to understand it, we're gonna put it on the show. For comedic reasons, this is not for beef. So if you're looking for that kind of problem, find it elsewhere. We're here to have fun. Period. You put it out on a public internet or public platform, that's what you wanted us to do. You wanted us to read it, you wanted us to give our take on it, and we're gonna give our take on it. And you might make the stupidest post of the week. That's just it.
So hey, if you want to make it, keep saying dumb stuff. We'll find it.
So you'll see the picture.
And please tag people, because if we could get some tags on some names, this tag Unruly or Unruly Stupidest Post of the Week, tag them, we'll look at it too.
That's a fact.
So, I mean, we're not going to read this picture. We're not going to read the picture out. We're just going to put it up there so you can see it.
Yeah, we're not going to put your names, but we're going to
you know, what's the real order?
What y'all said.
Oh, no, we need the real order, though. We got to read that.
What you mean?
We need to read the meme.
Oh, you want me to read the meme?
Yeah,
All right.
you gotta
So
read the meme.
the meme, you see the picture, says, what's the real order? Number one
No,
is...
what's the ideal order?
Oh, what's the ideal?
What's the ideal order?
I'm bugging.
All right, so
Number one is oral, anal, vagina. Number two is anal, vagina, oral. Number three, I'm reading this shit as vagina is vaginal. I'm stupid. Number three.
The first one said vagina.
Yeah, that's probably why I was reading. All right. Number three is oral, vaginal, or anal. And number four is vaginal, anal, oral. Do y'all want to speak on this?
No, we're not going to get into that.
we're not going to speak on
For
it.
sanitary reasons.
We're not going to speak on it, man.
That's an obvious answer.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
I mean, obviously it should be number three, but whatever.
Yeah, but we're gonna say that so this meme was put up on our page, and
a female commented
people
on
were
there.
commenting, going back and forth, and this one comment came across to us, and we looked at it for a minute, and
This is what it says.
hold on, before you get to it, let me just say. We laughed at it a little bit, but we always try to hear everybody out, conversate back and forth, see why they feel the way they feel. And this is a comment that I've been noticing going around a little bit. It's a stupid comment, and I feel like when people hear stupid things, no matter they're factual or not, they start to run with it for whatever personal reason they have. But again, this is a comment that's always thrown out, and it was thrown out on the post. So we're gonna read what the comment says.
So a female comment, so we're not gonna say a name for
You read it? You got it.
So this is what she says. Quotes. Quote. None of these. Hell, if you will and can fuck a woman in the ass, what's the difference in fucking a dude in one? I mean, an ass is an ass. Unquote.
Let's read that one more time. We're going to read that one more time for y'all. None of these. Hell, if you will fuck a woman in the ass, what's the difference between fucking a dude in the ass? I mean, an ass is an ass. What? What?
He's stupid.
So my response to that, I'm gonna go first, man. My response to this was, so if a woman is giving you head, it's the same thing as a dude giving you head?
A mouth is a mouth, right?
A mouth is a mouth,
right?
Head is head, right? Like, what are you talking about? Please think before you write these shits. So the girl continues to go on and said that anal is from jail. It's from niggas in jail that show their boxers and wanted it in the booty.
She didn't read the Bible.
He's stupid.
Anal has been around as long as sex been around.
She didn't read the Bible.
Jail has only been around, but jail ain't no. I mean, sex ain't no new thing. What the fuck is she talking about? Charles, go ahead, man.
All right, so
Stupidest post of the year, probably.
that was
our
dumb.
first one, too.
It was dumb. All right, so
It was pretty dumb.
I like to hear people out, even if it sounds, whatever you say sounds asinine to me. I still want to hear you out, but
Oh my god.
so I'm a very logical thinker. I'm a logic over emotion. I feel when I hear this comment, it's 99.9% of the time from women. I feel like women are so conditioned to just attack men for something that they just choose to say, oh, if you fuck a woman in the ass, it means you will fuck a man in the ass. So basically say if you fuck a woman in the ass, it means you're gay.
Yeah.
That's what she's trying to say. So I feel like if as a woman, if it's not for you, because a lot of women don't like it, then I feel like you should just say it's not for you. Instead of choosing to, again, attack the man and say, oh, you gay. Because there's nothing that men hate more as a straight man as a woman telling you you're gay. For whatever, obviously. So if you keep saying that, obviously the man not going to want to do it. He's not going to ask you. I think that's the tactic behind it. That's the ploy behind it.
Yeah.
So again, I'm a very logic over emotion person. So I very calmly explained that what's the difference? So what's the difference if saying you can't ask for head from your girl because gay men give head? So why would you get head from your girl? Because I mean you gay because gay men can do it too. That was my first question.
Just saying like having sex.
So I feel like it's a very logical question and it got overlooked. So she didn't respond back to it because I think it made sense. So she just chose to overlook it. The second thing I said was, what if the woman likes it? Some women like that. So does that woman mean think they're a gay man? What does it mean? Yeah. Right?
And we gotta talk about
if
it
a
when
woman
they
likes it,
conversate
right?
for so
If a woman
long.
likes it, then what does that mean about the woman? But she don't have an answer because she only wanted to say something about the man. So again, she overlooked my comment again. So
Oh, you was commenting this?
Yeah, we were going back and forth. We wanted to find out. I wasn't trying to argue with her. I just wanted to understand why she felt the way she felt. So
that's one of those.
Again,
I'm just writing
it was overlooked. So it is what it is. She don't like it. So that means in her mind you're gay. So I'm gonna be off that. It's weird, but go ahead. I'm gonna let you go with that.
That's worthy though.
This is just stupid. like, do I gotta say anything? Like, keep it real. Alright, so
you really don't gotta say nothing.
My thing is, this is stupid. You, female, whoever you are, just think before you fucking comment.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all we ask of you people. We gonna keep putting these up though.
Well, you know what? Matter of fact, don't think before you comment, so we can have more of these segments.
Word facts. We gonna fuck around and have these segments.
That's a fact, man.
But you know, it was just stupid. You know, obviously it's not the same thing. I really ain't gotta explain it. They explained it already.
Yeah.
And the Fergie remix thing.
Oh, the Fergie remix.
All right, man. We gonna get ready to wrap this up, man. This is the Unruly Podcast.
You know what we can do? Well, go ahead. My fault, bro.
No,
we could put the Fergie remix at the end. I think we got a lot of time on.
Yeah, we got too much time. I don't think we need to do that.
Yeah. You know what I do? I put in the credits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I'll put it in the credits. So go ahead.
So we can do the
outro.
outro. So we do the outro.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. We're gonna wrap this up, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, we got the edit. We can edit it.
All right, guys. We're gonna wrap this up, man. That does it for this week's podcast, Unruly Podcast. My name's Ray.
Johnny Tapia.
It's your boy Andahar.
Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna see y'all next week with another episode.
Subscribe to our page, like the video, share the video.
If you're watching the podcast, please leave comments. A lot of y'all calling me up like, yo, D, I watched the video, da-da-da. I need y'all to leave comments. We need to share, post.
Comment, like, subscribe.
Yeah, and if you're going to share it...
Right on the Facebook page. Anything you want to do, man.
If you're going to share it, don't just share it without no topic. Share it and write something. Yo, my brother or somebody, y'all, my boys are doing a podcast. Follow them. When you share a post and don't write nothing about it, it ain't meaningful.
Yeah.
So we're going to see y'all next week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching.
Appreciate
this
it.
Unruly Podcast.
Take care.